Good evening. I am Manu Nadugandathil, founder of Finis Capital and Joint Secretary Council of Financial Planners.
Good evening.
Today we have gathered here for Council of Financial Planners 12th annual retreat. We have the privilege of the company of Commander N.K. Das with us today. He is a seasoned professional with over 25 years of experience in military and corporate leadership. So to start with, welcome you to Council of Financial Planners 12th annual retreat.
Thanks, Etan Manu.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you after a long time.
Yeah, same here, sir. So to start with, our session will be divided into two parts. The first part will be a few questions that I will be asking, which you can answer briefly. Post which there will be a round 2, which is rapid fire round. Okay.
Ready?
So to start with, could you please tell us a bit more about yourself and your journey so far?
Got it. So, started my journey as a young lad in Ernakulam in Kerala. Did all my schooling. The first time I moved out of Kerala per se was for my service selection board in Bhopal. And destiny had it that thereafter I never returned back to Kerala other than for vacations. That was a life-changing moment. A lot of things happened after I joined the NDA, which I'll share during my talk later on as well. But very indebted, humbled, honored to have this kind of an exposure. First through the National Defence Academy, where all the 3 services officers are trained. Then thereafter going on and joining the most difficult arm of the armed forces, which you also belong, Manu.
Yeah.
And happy to work with you as well on one of the most prestigious projects of Navy, which was INS Chakra. We were in Russia together. And then commanded a kilo class submarine, which was again a high point, wherein I again reiterate, my crew put me in front of the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. That was a very humbling moment, the highest point in my life by far. Speaking even for that 30 seconds, 1 minute with him, and the day prior with Manohar Parrikar, another great visionary, was an icing on the cake. Then kind of midlife crisis or whatever you want to call it, got the itch of, as a true navigator, getting into uncharted waters. I had already finished my command. To be very frank, could not get out of the captain's chair is what I would put it. And I was not cut out for an individual contributor role at that time. So thought of venturing outside my comfort zone. Did an MBA from the Indian School of Business. Humbled to again say that I became the first veteran to get into the Dean's list at Indian School of Business. But a lot of hard work, I must admit, went to achieve that. And thereafter, joined Genpact as a director first. I joined the bids and proposals management team, a great team of thorough professionals we had. Grew in that role for 3 years, got promoted into vice president, handled the global bids and proposal team for good 3 years. And I know when I was accepted an invite, I was the global leader for bids and proposals, but just a month back, I switched one more role. Now I take care of global capability centers, their go-to-market motion for Genpact. Long story for a short question.
Really interesting and encouraging. So the next question is that I have is that in the Indian Navy, you had held various leadership positions.
Yeah.
How did your experience in the Indian Navy per se shaped your leadership style and approach to problem solving?
Great question. See, I think you would also allude to and probably agree that once you've been through a life and death leadership persona, others come quite easily. But again, I must admit, there have been instances where I was thrown out of my comfort zone, a drop of sweat start breaking when, say, $100 million, your bid is not just about to be submitted. Are you going to be able to submit it on time? But then you pause and ask yourself, Nanda, how many people are going to die? And at that moment, a kind of a calm comes back, right? Yeah. Because you've been in that captain's chair wherein there has been emergencies and probably you were at the verge of taking that decision. Should I shut that aft and hatch and compromise 2 people's life and save rest of the crew? Or what is the best action? So when I compare it with that, yes. Having said that, there are certain elements wherein I believe corporate leadership is a slightly more difficult one. I'll tell you, for instance, we in the armed forces have that purpose very closely interknit with us. The honor of the nation, right? The welfare of the men, Naam Namak Nishan as they call it, that's very close to us. It is not that given for granted in the corporate.
Correct.
So bringing them closer to their purpose, having that slightly larger than life dedication, devotion to what they are doing is a challenge. There, you're aware in the military, you give an order, it is followed.
Yes.
Here, you should not expect that to happen as well. So, for me, in the corporate, there was a lot of unlearnings to be done to become a good leader.
Correct.
For instance, command and control, you have to drop it with your uniform once you retire. Because here the decision making is completely collaborative. You would not want to just go with a my way or highway kind of an approach, because the best ideas will get buried in that manner. Moreover, you are the newcomer into the new zone, and in that you hold on to your decision making or what you want done. Probably you're going to fail. So you would want to create the psychological safe environment for your people so that they are least worried about, hey, this person is little hierarchical, and come in with that servant leadership approach. So these are couple of learnings which have happened, which has been very, very enriching and revealing, and I feel that I'm indebted to experience this kind of leadership as well, from having come from a completely hierarchical kind of an organization.
Okay, great. That was a good answer. So I was just going through your time with GenPact.
Yeah.
And it is quite remarkable that your team has achieved 14 awards.
Yeah.
One you have yourself got from Prime Minister, that is different, but this is a different thing. So how do you build such a successful team who are consistently performing?
Absolutely. Again, it doesn't come with just one idea, one trick, and not just the leader. You can at best shape the environment, have a fertile ground. This is a very elaborate kind of an answer, Manu, but probably if I can filter down to top 5 things which are very much needed to have a unstoppable team, if you will. First, in my view, all negatives you should be attributing to yourself as a leader. Ownership, accountability. So if something is going wrong in your team, if you sit down on a weekend and reflect, at least in my case, it has emerged that it is my leadership style which has probably caused that problem, other than putting the blame completely onto a subordinate, if you will. So that is one. Second is trust. You should not be a showman. You must walk your talk. So in case you want to develop courage in an individual, you will have to first write that courageous email yourself to a superior of yours in a very polite but firm manner that I beg to differ from your point of view because of A, B, C reason. Logic should always be there. It is not just bull in the china shop kind of an approach. Now, once they see that, yes, their leader is himself doing it, and then you let them off the reins, and then, so being a good partner involves being a good challenger. So that's one culture which I introduced into my team, which was kindly till that time a little bit subservient, if you will. Hey, how are we going to challenge sales folk? We have been created for that purpose. So these are two elements. Transparency is important, and transparency is little tricky, little political, I'll say. I heard a good video recently and where it says strategic translucency is the best leadership trait. You can't divulge everything in and out, because that's going to create panic. Right? You can't be that transparent. But then you can give those nuggets and elements out, which is going to build confidence, and then have your reliability, credibility, eligibility all protected at the same time. And the last would be walk the talk. Leadership by example, which I told, will be probably, if I take a guess, truthfulness, right? Be truthful, be humble, be grounded, and be equal.
Yeah.
So these are some tips that comes to mind, which has helped me in my leadership journey in the corporate at least.
Great. So that's nice to hear. So one more thing, are leaders born or is it a skill that can be learned?
Again, a chicken and egg story which has always been being discussed in this.
Yeah.
My take is the environment which creates the leader.
Yeah.
I'll take an example. My course mate, Manoj Kumar Pandey, Paramveer Chakra. In the academy, there was nobody as humble, as what you call grounded, as unassuming like a persona. You say Manoj Kumar Pandey, right?
Right.
So, and it is, I'm not taking anything out of him. It is when that environment came and how he grew as a leader. It was intrinsic in that. Obviously, ND had a lot to play with, probably shaping all of us, including him. But then that environment, when he realized that it is either him or the nation, then putting him in the line of fire, disregarding his safety and moving forward, is the environment at that time, which he himself is a very intrinsic part of, causes somebody to move into that kind of a zone. So leaders are cultured and nourished and brought up by the environment is my take. Yes, there are certain traits which probably, as you call it, soft skills, which might be a little bit more pronounced in certain amount of individuals, might not be in the other.
Correct.
It never means that the other person cannot fetch up or become a better leader than the other. But the hard work needed for the other side could be a little bit more onto the other side. And on the person who is born with a silver spoon, it is for them to not take that skill for granted, hone it, sharpen it, further it, because there is the moment in my humble belief, if you feel that I have arrived or I am the best in this, that's the doomsday. You should always be in a position, as Sadhguru says, I don't know, I am confused, is the best state to be in. We should not, and one more idiom that I want to plate here is, the biggest problem with today's world is that the stupid is damn sure about everything and the wise is always doubtful.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely
So
right.
that's where these things are coming into play. So to your question, either ways, but anybody can be a leader, provided the hard work, sincerity, dedication, grit all follows, and the environment, which is maybe you can call it destiny, fortune favors the brave, has to play a part in it.
Great. So we are predominantly a group of individuals who have set up a business, formed a team and all that. So probably managing 10 to 15 people at the most. So how do you, somebody who is aspiring to become an advisor, to start to manage a team, what advice do you have for them? How to be a good leader, to build a team?
So let me try and tell you the end state of a good leader. See, I have a leader or I am a leader, and all of us take our minds to work. Right? We are all prepared, we know what to do, we are intelligent. But what a good leader ensures is that he or she ensures that the team carries a piece of their heart packed in the lunchbox when they go to work. And that's very difficult to achieve. In my view, as a leader, for you to connect them to their purpose, which is their raison d'etre, why are they here to start with? As Mark Twain once said, the two most important days in your life is one, very intuitive, very easy to say, it's the day you are born. Second, people would intuitively say it's the day you die. No, it's the day you realize why. That's his answer. So if you as a leader take them a step closer to their purpose, for instance, in my last, I was handling this bid managers. How do I motivate a bid manager? If I make him or her understand that the work that she or he does to win a deal for a client who is a social media giant, and the work that we do ensures that no toxic content gets into the media, which mine and your children or anybody for that matter, gets to view that toxic content before that. So it's altruism, right? You are connecting to every one of us to say that we are larger than the work that we do. We have a larger role to play beyond the normal dollar making or the rupee making business that we are. We are touching lives positively, and it's not that 100 out of your 100 team members is going to align to that. But if you move the needle and at least they find that you are genuine, you are not just delivering something and then turning your back and doing something else. That bluff will be caught in no time, more in the civil than in the military, and you will be exposed. So you have to be very truthful, and service before self is also holding true in the corporate. And I coined a little different kind of a statement for that, which is organizational interest above individual's interest. And that individual can be you, or it can be any other individual, probably a person who is selfish, who wants to make a quick buck while staying in the money. No, not on my watch, right? And take that bull by that horn and tell him ABC. This is why I am misaligned with you, because I believe you're not aligned with the organization goals. And the day you are aligned to the organization goal, I'll lay out a red carpet for you. And give those examples of where you've laid out the red carpet for other people when you have supported them in their work. So this is where I think as a leader, anybody aspiring for leadership should, one more very important aspect is learning. Lifelong learner. Learning till your last breath should be a earmark of any leader. As I connected with my earlier thing, you feel that yes, I am a domain specialist, I'm a champion of this, finished. If you start getting that feeling, you must change your domain. That's what 6 years is not a last time, but 6 years in bid management, I thought the number of people who are challenging me in this job is reducing by the day.
Correct.
Now time to move into a completely new zone, which I've never done before. Submarines to bids to maybe business development and sales. That's where I've landed up myself in.
Great, sir. It was nice talking to you. So we'll now move to the next round, the rapid fire.
Okay.
Right. So here's the first question for you. Submarine or boardroom? Was the tougher battlefield?
Submarine.
Okay. First thing you do when you are faced with a crisis?
Think.
Great. Motivation or discipline? Which wins in a tight spot?
Very tricky question. I think it's not an and or for this. It's motivation as well as discipline. I think it's probably the Sachin Tendulkar, Vinod Kambli story,
correct,
right?
Correct.
Both has to be there.
Okay. So if not a leader, what would you be?
A singer.
Yeah, true. I know that you sing a lot. You in fact have a YouTube channel, right?
Little bit, yeah.
Your mantra for staying calm under pressure?
It's a long story, but since it's a rapid fire, meditation.
Right. One word your team would use to describe you?
Nandu sabka bandhu.
Great. That was a good one. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us, and we wish you all the success in your future endeavors. And we are looking forward to your session now.
Thanks, Manu. Pleasure meeting you after long, and it feels that we're back into the submarine. And thanks for this opportunity, and thanks for having me and giving me this chance to speak.
Thanks for accepting the invitation in the first place. Without any delay, you were the first speaker to in fact accept.
Thanks, Manu. Thanks, and all the best to all of you and the team and the NGO at large.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.